an unexpected situation is going to take place this month, my gorgeous Scorpio, indeed. But when that unexpected situation takes place, you know, I have to be honest with you, it is going to throw you out of the balance a little bit, you know. And this is specifically actually going to take place right at the end of the month, in the last week of June 2021. It is going to be unexpected. It is going to throw you out of balance. But this is going to be in particular important when it comes to you, because at least it's going to open your eyes towards the specific situation in your life that you should most certainly be paying attention to. This is important. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin, I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Scorpio, and it's for June 2021. So this monthly horoscope tarot card focus is for you, my gorgeous Scorpione, and it's for June 2021. And I want you, I need you, and I ask you to remember these three specific things throughout the actual month: wake up call, focus, and invocation. Okay, these are the three things that I want you to remember, because most certainly by the time you get to the actual mid-June 2021, you will see exactly what I was talking about. And when it comes to the actual numerology, your number is 1119. 1119, it is your number indeed. And this is a very important number yet again, purely because you are reaching a significant stage in your life where you are going to have like a mind-blowing surprise indeed. But then at the same time, you know, that mind-blowing surprise is going to throw you out of balance. But you will need this feeling, you will need this energy, you will need this sensitivity in order to see things for what they are. Yes, it's going to make you feel a bit more sensitive, but then at the same time, it's important for you to go through this. Okay, because this is pretty much so connected to an integral part of your own spirituality. So therefore, it's important for this to actually happen. On another hand, when it comes to numerology, it looks like, you know, somebody very important and very significant in your life is going to play an important role. Oh my Lord, like really important role, because they're going to be primarily responsible for you remembering something. You reminding yourself of something, and this is also going to take place at the right moment, at the right time. And more so, out of that situation, you will know exactly in which part of your life or towards which part of your life you should actually invest. It is not necessarily like this massive, huge, enormous, big mama investment you're gonna make. Like, no baby, no. It is not necessarily about the actual, maybe about the actual investment, but it's about you investing your energy. It's about you investing the very important part of you. It's about you investing your optimism. It's about you investing and reinvesting your own energy towards those specific areas in your life that most certainly you should be paying attention to. And you know, you will realize that you haven't as much as you should have. So this is why this balance and rebalance, shall I say, will be absolutely remarkably important. On another hand, you know, what else I was going to say, it's about the balance, you know, it's about the harmonious energy, which is yet again about to enter your life, and it's about to bring you an important balance. That balance is gonna be fantastic because it's going to be directly responsible for you maintaining the pace at those parts of your life where you find yourself like being really, really uncertain, you know, because that is going to make you feel a little bit uneasy, and that is going to make you even be kind of more indecisive. But in particular, you know, you are actually going to become aware, you know, of the certain person that you should be aware of. And this is very, very important. And this is going to reflect on you because it's going to surprise you. But at least you will know, and you're going to most certainly be aware of who to kind of protect yourself from, who to pay attention to, because somebody's going to come up, you know, somebody's going to come out being like a really dishonest, you know, around you. And this is going to mean to you like so much, because at the same time, it is just basically going to help you to recognize like some kind of minor deception in your life that could have happened otherwise, you see. So yet again, you are gonna benefit from your highly powerful self, because you're very much so intuitive. And I'm saying this all the time, my lord, you're so passionate, but at the same time, that energy that is so passionate about you, it's also like kind of making you very intuitive, like a super intuitive. So most certainly now this is going to like normally, like always, work in your beautiful favor indeed, because by the time you get to the actual end of the month, the whole new portal, it's about to open for you. You're going to be showered by wonderful energy, which is about to bring you any quite significant opportunity. And the opportunity is going to seem like something really tiny, something really insignificant, you know. But this is where the things are going to become literally magical for you, because it's going to start now at the end of June, at around the end of June in particular. And by the time you get to the actual November and December 2021, this is when the things are actually going to blow up. But by then, you're going to find yourself on the whole next level of absolutely everything in your life. On another hand, my gorgeous Scorpione, you know, it's just basically it's about you being very much so, you know, responsible about things in your life. You need to pay attention to what to kind of organize, what does it need, like a little bit of reorganization, because you are going to have a very big step this month, whether you realize this or not. So it's absolutely super necessary for you to see and pay attention to throughout the actual month of June, what kind of edits you need to make in your life, you know, what to pay attention to, what to not to pay attention to, because this is going to be super significant when it comes to your personal balance. Because believe me or not, you are going to have a few different realizations throughout the months that, you know, you should have been paying attention to. And I'm not saying like a dark Lala, oh yeah, you should have been paying attention to. No, baby, no. This is all part of your progress, and it's all kind of fantastic, because now it's going to give you the opportunity to amend things, you know, where they need to be amended. But at the same time, you need to pay attention to where your energy has been draining, because your energy has been draining lately so much at around a certain negativity, and you need to see what this is. So automatically, when you move on from that, you know, you can start the healing process. Perhaps somebody hurt you not that long ago. So if you can possibly just learn how to let it go, it would be fantastic. I know what lots of you are going to say. Oh yeah, you know, it's so, sorry, it's so easy to forgive and forget, la la la. Yes, I understand, but once you spiritually grow, you allow yourself to grow even further, and once you get to this particular stage, you know, then you're just kind of able to look at the situation from a different angle, and instead thinking about it in a negative way, you just get the most out of it, because at the end of the day, this is going to be the right thing for you to do in order to move yourself from the situation, people, or group of people that no longer serves you. So you just basically, by forgiving and forgetting, you just kind of detach yourself from this negativity that it's only like a holding you down. So this is important for your personal process, for your personal progress, you know. On another hand, you know, it's fantastic, you know, because you are gonna really kind of like deal with an important problem, you know, really important problem and obstacle that was, you know, part of your life for the last 11 months. Like there is no tomorrow. It was really kind of draining again, like lots of energy from you, but it's to do with the problem and obstacle when it comes to the actual accomplishment in your life, when it comes to things moving on, when it comes to things moving up. Something like kind of caused a certain problem, certain error within your energy, within your life, within your spiritual journey, that kind of like affected you in a way where you find yourself like quite indecisive. And this is nothing unusual because of the energies at the moment, but then at the the same time, when it comes to your personal situation, it created this obstacle, this problem, you know, and that in itself, it's really important, because at the same time now you will know exactly what to do and what is the best thing to do, which step do you need to make in order to make yourself even more stable. This is to do with your personal accomplishment, it's to do with you making a decision, but it's also to do with you thinking about a certain idea and what your next step, you know, taking the next steps, you know, at the same time. Never mind the fact that it's even also rather important that you are gonna feel very courageous throughout the actual months. You're gonna feel like a very self-esteem, which is going to be re-energizing you and just feeding you with wonderful energy, and this is going to reflect on things that you are doing. You are going to have a step up when it comes to this month. And what does that mean, that you're going to have a step up, my gorgeous Scorpioni? Well, think of it in this way. Your energy will be much stronger, so you must not waste your energy. As I said, energetic point is going to be quite significant now in June. The second time when the energetic point is going to be so strong and powerful, of course, that is going to be in the month of November 2021. So I'm not saying, oh yeah, this is going to happen and it's never going to happen again, but I'm just saying that, you know, it's a strong energy that you need to use when it comes to projecting, when it comes to communicating, when it comes to talking, when it comes to doing things, when it comes to trying to achieve things. If you're kind of looking for promotion, my lord, now is the time to shine brightly, baby, like a biggest baby in the world. You know, shine brightly, because, you know, wherever you put your mind, wherever you put towards your feeling and your energy, you know, this is going to be like a multiplied now throughout the actual month of June. And yet again, once again, this is going to happen in November, but I'm just talking about the June, of course, now. So you just basically, if you would like to be noticed by somebody special or somebody in particular, even if it's to do with love, you know, most certainly you should like kind of like go about and just like basically make yourself known, okay? Because you are going to be noticed. And I said this millions of times, my gorgeous Scorpioni, your energy is very strong and it's very powerful and it's very unique. So you can just sit in the room with like hundreds of people and you don't even need to say anything. But it's just like people are just going to notice you. If you're happy, they will notice happy energy. If you're negative, they will notice negative energy. So this is the balance that I'm actually talking about. And once you learn how to deal with it, you can just, oh my God, take things on the not next level, but the level number 177, literally. So this is what I'm talking about. So also, like, if you would like to, like, kind of, if you're looking for job, work, and things like that, just go for it. But you need to know that at the same time, when it comes to search, you will find something. But when you find something, you're going to surprise yourself at the same time, because you're going to feel attracted to things that you wouldn't normally feel attracted to. So this is all part of these wonderful changes that are at the same time going to be testing you. But on another hand, it's to do with your own personal essence, which is going to be vibrating within you like there is no tomorrow. So it's going to be kind of impossible even for you to actually ignore. So if you're looking for work, go for it. But if the job offer comes, you need to understand that there is going to be an element of like a surprise, that you're going to feel maybe like kind of like, oh yeah, I want to do this, or what's going to come up, it's going to surprise you, and how come that came up, you know. It's just like things like that. It's always going to be that little essence, that little element of surprise, which is going to need you to kind of dig in a little bit deeper, to work a little bit more through your own energy. And this is nothing unusual when it comes to this wonderful sea of emotions and feelings and positive energies that you're actually going to have throughout this month. So you see, there is a lot that you can actually do this month. There is a lot that you can look forward to this month. And most certainly, this is the time when you really kind of work and you throw yourself into all sorts of situations, you know, and make things to work in your favor. And just please do pay attention to signs, any kind of signs that you have when it comes to the actual synchronicities. But most importantly, because you're reaching the very important circle in your life, you know, it's just also about you finding these moments, you know, wanting to do certain things, wanting to try certain things, which are really going to surprise you. But then every single time you do this, you step towards those directions, you know, there is so much that is going to be unlocked, you know, within your specific spiritual journey. It's like almost like your little spiritual, gorgeous little award that you're gonna reward, you know, that you're gonna have by actually doing the right things and acting in the right way. But also, most importantly, to be daring indeed. Okay, so now what else I'm gonna say, my gorgeous Scorpioni, when it comes to your health, you see, my lord, you see, it's just the same. I'm so sorry, but it's to do with the digestion, and it's also to do with like a little bit like a urine situation. You know, I know it sounds like, oh my god, urine situation, but you know, there was the sign previously that I did, and it's interesting how it's just like a similar thing, really. Like, it's to do with the digestion, and it's to do with like a urine. These are the areas that are urinary tract, you know, and things like that. These are the areas that are very sensitive indeed. So when it comes to your urine, what you can actually do in order to make yourself feeling so much better, it's like you can get like organic acerola cherry powder, which is going to give you a whopping amount of vitamin C, natural amount of vitamin C per one single teaspoon with the water. Drink it, and this is, as I said, it's going to be remarkable because it's highly rich in vitamin C, and this is going to be beneficial for your urinary system, for example, you see. And also organic cranberry juice, I would drink every single morning. Organic cranberry juice, because it's absolutely bombastic when it comes to urinary tract, like not necessarily urinary infections, but you know, for anything to do urinary, you know, definitely any sensitivity. I'm not saying that you're going to have an infection, please don't get me wrong, but it's just sensitive area when it comes to urine and that area, you see. So that's why I'm saying organic cranberry juice would be fantastic if you can drink every single morning, because it's going to rejuvenate you like there is no tomorrow. On another hand, when it comes to your digestion, you know, you can get like a natural B vitamin complex. It's what I said before, natural B vitamin complex. You just need to make sure that the actual folic acid within this B vitamin complex is made in a folate way, not folic acid, but folate way. And folate is basically natural version of folic acid. And the same with B12 within this B vitamin complex. You need to make sure that it's a natural B vitamin B12. So that way you just take natural and take the best, most, you know, the best possible for yourself. And this is going to be natural B vitamin complex. It's going to help you with an entire digestive system indeed, but it's going to be beneficial for so many other things, for like for your stress levels. It's going to be brilliant for the actual release of energy, you know, throughout the day. It's going to be remarkable when it comes to natural B vitamin complex, like for many other things as well. Okay, and also I need to actually say this: if you are on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Scorpioni, or not. And also, one more thing, if you can possibly exercise a little bit, it would be fantastic. And make sure that you're exercising those parts of your body that really need like kind of moving, you know, like the parts of your body that need moving, you know. If it's like, if you can't move properly like here, then you just kind of focus on this negativity, on that kind of a spiritual knot that you're having here, for example, you know. So just try to focus on those parts of your body that are not moving, that are not as mobile, for example, you see. But like when it comes to the actual lower back, it's very, very sensitive indeed. So also try to make sure that you're doing certain exercises. If you're able to do exercises, try to make sure that you sit in the correct way. Try to make sure that you're sleeping with a good quality pillow, and with the pillow in between your legs, in between your knees more precisely. Is going to be very gentle for your lower back, because that way you give a chance to your lower back to relax in a way that they wouldn't normally relax. Okay, so this is something I was going to mention. So now going on the very first date, which is going to be quite important for you, my gorgeous Scorpion, it's going to be the 5th of June. The 5th of June, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, you're gonna feel like a little bit negative, you're gonna feel like a little bit low, you're gonna feel a little bit down, you're gonna feel like a little bit dark, you're gonna feel a little bit uneasy, uncertain. Yeah, wait, I'm not gonna be like a dark lala completely, but this is important for you to understand that the 5th of June is going to be playing an important role when you're gonna have a really interesting turnaround. And this is how it's gonna start. Not necessarily like the 5th of June, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You know, all these days are going to be playing an important role, and they're going to have that flavor of this feeling that I said on the 5th of June that you're going to have, because it looks like you're going to come to terms with something really important, really significant, but in particular when it comes to you feeling really unhappy and uneasy and uncertain. And I want to say, and I want to stress, that the combination in between material and spiritual prosperity is going to be absolutely spot on, absolutely perfect, absolutely fantastic when it comes to work-life balance, but in particular when it comes to your own spirituality and the ability to understand and to respond in a certain way. Very important. So what is actually going to happen, you are gonna kind of like start focusing on a certain changes that you want to make, that you want to do. Something is going to become absolutely obvious to you, and this is going to be more important than ever, and this is going to be big. This is going to be huge, massive, enormous, big mama step, like on its own, like literally. But then on another hand, through that situation, you're also going to find out of a little hidden enemies, little snaky in a grassy, but then again, you know, better to find out where the snaky is in a grassy than stand on it, you know, and then when it's too late, you know, and then you have to deal with the consequences. So you are going to be able to notice the snaky in the grassy before you stand on it. So this is great. You know, you will know exactly who do you need to pay attention to, and most importantly, who do you actually need to avoid. Significant indeed. That is going to really kind of like help you out with a certain struggle as well in itself, because it's going to bring you this really interesting motivation, and you will know that this is all about your own rejuvenation, all about you wanting to move on with your life, but at the same time it's about clearing the past to heal the present. Just remember, it's about clearing the past to heal the present. Something that I would completely highly recommend you, my gorgeous Scorpioni, like always, but also in particular now in between June and July, it will be black onyx. This would be like a must, because it's going to protect your precious energy, because a lot is going to be going on throughout June and July. You will be surprised how many things are going to start opening up right in front of you, and this is going to affect your balance. And sometimes when that happens, you know, we become more sensitive, and kind of it affects our own focus. Your focus needs to be spot on. So this is why I would highly recommend you to wear black onyx every single time when you deal with people that are weird, deal with people that are bizarre, deal with people that are draining your energy, because you're very powerful when it comes to spirituality, but also you're very sensitive when it comes to like kind of like a people stealing your energy a little bit, because you understand so much, you absorb so much. But then again, it's to do a lot to do with the negativity, if there are negative people and negative situations around us. So every single time I would highly suggest you black onyx, because on one hand it's going to protect you against negative energies, but on another hand it's going to help you to be on top of things and to keep on top of things, which is going to allow that inspiration to drive you through like there is no tomorrow. For June and July, this is something like a must. This comes with the sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this gorgeous black onyx, it's in the link below. And by buying crystals from my store, you're also like supporting my channel as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to basically say the 13th of June is the second important date. So now it's all about the actual abandonment, you know, it's the actual you having a very interesting moment and realization. Kind of, it's to do with an abandonment, but it's to do with like a part of your life that you have been like kind of devoted to, and for a while you have been devoted to. It has been a considerable amount of time, but now you will just know that it's like kind of you want to move on from this, and this is so, my lord, important to pay attention to it. You know why? Because it's like basically it's the time of the rejuvenation, it's the time of transformation. Number 13, you know, this is a powerful number when it comes to surprise, when it comes to working through your energy, when it comes to going through changes, you know, when it comes to going through certain things that we don't normally go through. This affects our personal balance, but most importantly, it just puts us towards the direction where we very strongly feel that something is things like kind of coming to an end when it comes to our lives. So it's important to pay attention to it so much, because almost immediately as soon as you do this, there is kind of going to be some kind of other goal become almost immediately available. Like within the next few days, there is another thing, another goal that is going to become highlighted, purely because you allowed yourself to remove yourself from the situation, from the page in this book that is no longer serving you. So this is important. It's almost like you're going to think, oh my God, it's like some kind of mistake that you have made at some kind of moment in your past, but that doesn't matter. We are not perfect. We are all doing things, we are all making mistakes. It's the part of our spiritual journey. It's the part of who we are. We make a mistake, and then later on we have a chance to work on that mistake. And by doing this, we are just creating our own karma, and by creating our own karma, we are working on our spiritual journey. By working on our spiritual journey, we go as high as we possibly can. You know that this is not the only place that we are, the earth. We are just passengers. We are just passing by, and this is why it's important to be as open-minded as you can, but also to inspect as much as you can in your life, but most importantly to recognize those things that are not working no longer, you see, and then you just release yourself from the negativity and find yourself in front of the world of possibilities. It's important. So not to blame yourself. This is absolutely important, because you are going to have a moment, a little bit of a hermit moment. My Lord, you've got like a bit of a hermit moment, and then again, my gorgeous Scorpione, and then again, the hermit moment is just going to highlight your own intuition and self-illumination. And at the time of the transformation, this is going to be mind-blowing, purely because it's just basically about a life, part of life that, maybe you will kind of like blaming yourself to things, what I already said, but at the same time, this self-illumination is just basically going to be highlight again something that you are in self-denial about, something that you're in self-denial about, and then this is also yet again going to confirm this to you. And that hermit moment is most likely going to come to you in a form of like when you're relaxing, you're chilling out, you're sitting down, and then suddenly you're going to feel very strongly like confirmation about everything they already said, because you're going to have certain doubts before that, and then the hermit moment, it's only going to like beautifully highlight this right at the end. It's like you are going to have the really much so the very beneficial opportunity to view things from above. And once you're able to view things from above, you get a big picture. And once you get a big picture, it's like everything changes, my Lord, like everything whatsoever. Another thing I was going to recommend to you, it would be rhodochrosite. Absolutely fantastic. Rhodochrosite, it's one of the most powerful crystals that you can actually get, in particular when it comes to your personal balance, because it instantly have this ability to soothe you like there is no tomorrow. So if you feel like a really low, if you feel down, if you feel negative, if you feel sad, if you feel depressed, if you feel anxious, any kind of balance like that is affecting you and your way of thinking, this is instantly working so well. I know there is a lot going to be going on throughout the months, indeed, in June and July also, but that's why every single time when you need that instant boost, or somebody brings you down, or somebody makes you feel negative, or you just feel like, oh, deflated, and things like that, you just wear this, and this is just going to help you with your own sharpness, because it's going to give you that necessary energy. This gorgeous rhodochrosite comes with a gorgeous sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is also in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Scorpione, you're also supporting my channel as well. The third important dates, 29th and the 30th of June 2021. This is what I was talking about, my babies. It's about this unexpected situation that is going to take place, and it's gonna be weird, it's gonna be bizarre. I know I'm being a bit of a dark lala at the moment, but this is very important month, and it's not going to seem as thick as I'm saying now, but you will see how important this is actually going to be. You need to understand that the situation that is going to take place on the 29th and in the actual 30th of June 2021, it's about to change your life, because it's about to kind of at the same time it's going to protect you, but at the same time it's just going to make you feel like, oh God, you know, like negative and sad because you kind of like it's going to make you doubt certain things almost immediately, and this is when your mind is going to start going straight away. But also at the same time, you know, it's just going to help you to pay attention to the certain part of your life that maybe the outcome is not how you wanted it, and you know, it's just like maybe you were approaching the end of the certain problem, you know, but then again, you know, an unexpected events that are actually going to occur is just, they're not going to be the way you wanted them, and this is going to throw you out of balance. So the little bit of a negative situation on the 29th and 30th, but let me tell you that this is going to be brilliant. This is what I said before at the beginning of this reading. It needs to get worse in order to get better, and this is your worst better moment for sure, because most certainly, first of all, you're going to feel like, oh God, you know, who cares, you know, the certain specific part of your life is going to come to an end, and you're just going to know it's time to move on, baby, because this is the time when the new portal is about to open for you anyway. You're going to be very clever, just like a little kitty, very important to actually mention, and at the same time, you know, you're going to find yourself being very indecisive, because this is going to be connected to the changes of plans. You're going to find yourself being quite indecisive, but at the same time you are going to become aware of somebody kind of like very dishonest, and somebody really negative, and somebody who could have like kind of like also who was draining your energy. So this is going to be nice little situation, because you're going to redirect yourself nicely here, and also at the same time, you know, you are gonna kind of redirect yourself nicely, and that in itself is going to be perfect, because this is the spiritual seed that I'm talking about, that you're gonna plant without even realizing. This is the time when you pay attention to all the possible signs, to everything around you, the ideas that you are having, what is constantly repeating on your mind. Something is constantly repeating on your mind, and you need to pay attention to it. Now it's time, and this is going to create a personal moment, the perfect moment at the same time. As I said, this is going to open the portal. You know, you're going to realize somebody ingenuine in your life, and you're going to move away from that person, which is like superb, fantastic. But on another hand, this is going to bring you growth. It's going to bring you an important progress, and almost immediately it's just going to put you in connection with some kind of dealings that are going to be absolutely super successful. There is so much that you can look forward to after this moment in time, but it's just also to do with you realizing exactly what do you need to reorganize in your life. It's going to put you on a bit of like an unknown territory, but then at the same time you're exactly where you need to be. That's what you need to remember, my gorgeous Scorpione. You're exactly where you need to be, and that is instantly going to increase your balance by boosting your energy, by boosting your confidence, by having this strength within you, just knowing that you are doing the right thing. You see, very, very important indeed. So now, my gorgeous Scorpione, I'm just going to see what is going to happen in the first part of June, mid part of June, and the last part of June. So for the first part of June, just pay attention, because there is going to be like a big mama moment that you're going to have when it comes to the actual and insight through the meditation. Something is going to come to you, and it's going to seem really, really bizarre, but then again, it's going to help you to connect the dots. Which dots you're going to connect, my lord, you're going to let me know in the comment section below. It's just a lot to do with an insight that you're going to have. So it could be like a meditation, it could be when you're grounding yourself, it could be when you're just sitting down and relaxing, and you just start drifting away, like a bit of like a lucid dreaming moment, you know, anything to put you on that path with your subconscious mind when it takes over. So some kind of insight is going to be mind-blowing that you're going to have, because it's pretty much so going to be directly responsible for the taking the next step. By the time you get to the mid-June, you will decide very strongly like to take the next steps indeed, and you know, this is to do with the bold and ambitious choices, but then again, at the same time, it's about expanding your plans and continuing to move forward. You need to decide this, to continue to move forward. Important. This is the time of your transformation, so it's very important to also try to pay attention to your home, smudge your home with a dry sage, for example, and things like that. Okay, the last part of June is really going to bring you such an important clarity. It's all going to boil down to you having an important clarity and being able to make a choice. You know, it's fantastic. On another hand, what else I would like to suggest is, like, if you have got any addictions, like whatsoever, that could be throwing you out of balance, because I can see the certain addictions, just try to cut it out. Maybe too much alcohol, maybe too much sugar, maybe too many cakes. You know, it could be maybe too many medications. You know, it could be absolutely anything really. If you can possibly kind of like just kind of make the certain edit and see how you can go about it to kind of cut certain things out of your life if you possibly can. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who where is it here? Those of you who are single. No, those of you who are in relationship, my gorgeous Scorpioni. For those of you who are in relationship. Smells so nice. I love smelling cards. Okay, so now my go to Scorpioni. I'm just going to see, this one just came out like there is no tomorrow. There you go. Absolutely brilliant. You see this? This is like a Two of Pentacles, or like Two of Coins, you know. Now this is just really important, because at the same time you need to understand that there's certain progress. You know, there is something that you and your partner, my gorgeous Scorpionis, have not been paying attention to something very important in your life. So the great news you're going to have, the good news you're going to have about a certain progress, but then at the same time this is going to remind you both exactly to not to go off the path, to not to go off the journey, because you have kind of gone off the path just a little bit together as the couple. But when it comes to maybe you were affected with like a kind of negativities or sadness not that long ago, and it affected both of you and just threw you out of balance. So it's very important to pay attention to the fact when you get a good news and an important information regarding some kind of success and accomplishment when it comes to both of you. You know, this is also an important time to kind of like just to remind you to not to go off the path. It's more important than ever. And at the same time, you know, this is the time of judgment when it comes to the actual progress in your life, you know, development, personal development, which is going to be playing an important role by the time you get to the end of the month. It looks like you're going to go through something very important, which is going to have like a rebirth moment, you know, situation for both of you. So what is this going to do to both of you towards the end of the month? It's just like kind of feeling very strongly in order to make the necessary decision in your life when it comes to the changes, finances, financial situation, financial security. There is something that you kind of put on hold. So this is now the time to kind of go forward. Okay, so very big step the couples are actually going to make this month. And now my gorgeous single Scorpioni, let's see what is going to happen to my gorgeous single Scorpioni. Oh, Three of Swords. You see this? You need to kind of wake up a little bit, because you're doing something, and like I say this, I know it sounds weird, but if you are wanting to find someone and you can't find someone, you just need to understand that you need to change things a little bit. This is very, very important. You need to change things a little bit. It's not going to be that long until somebody walks in your life. But this June, it's going to be the game changer, because you seem to be attracting the wrong type. And so far you have been keep on kind of maybe attracting the wrong type. And this month is going to bring you the wake up call. Remember when I said a wake up call at the beginning of this reading, this is very important, because you will know exactly what to kind of do. At the same time, you know, when you're going to find yourself, for those of you that are single Scorpioni, you're going to find yourself, and one day this month, being very deep and very spiritually, and it's going to seem like you're part of the different dimension, and that in itself is going to let you know that your ability to kind of like connect to your spiritual situation will be very powerful. But that in itself, it's suddenly going to kind of like bring the certain wisdom to your mind. That certain wisdom that you are going to have, it's also kind of going to make you think about what part of your life do you feel so restrained about, what is really getting on your nerves. At the same time, there is going to be huge, massive, enormous answer that you're actually going to have there. And that answer that you're going to have is going to put you on the path to start with a kind of like some kind of a continuation. That continuation in your life, it's going to basically put you on the path who is about to walk into your life, and it's not going to be that long. But the first of all, before that happens, you know, I need you to understand that you need to change things a little bit in order to get this vibration and get this energy going. The best way to do this is just like to kind of flick that spiritual domino. Remember what I said, you know, sometimes, you know, maybe you've been attracting the wrong type. This is because of the several reasons. But now June is going to be the time when you are going to have a wonderful situation here and the opportunity to make an edit of your life, literally, because that edit in particular, it's going to be happen with things that are continually happening in your life on daily basis without changes. So every single day you do something different, and that by the end of the month is going to put you on the path of the certain continuation. Okay, something that you're well aware about, but then at the same time there are going to be so many things that you need to explore and expect at the same time. And this is going to be the moment, this is going to be the time, big mama moment, when somebody is going to start sharing your path with you. It is not going to be that long until that person walks into your life, my gorgeous Scorpioni. But you know what, there is something so interesting going to be about them. Like, they will share very strong essence in of your spiritual journey. So those things that you find really weird and bizarre about yourself, they're going to be sharing this with you, but you're going to like this, and that other person is going to like that. So this is why you have to karmically work just a little bit more in order to get that moment. So every single day try to do something spontaneously. Every single day try to do something different, and therefore you will just wonderfully release yourself from that situation. Indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpioni, I love you all so much. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of healing, peace, love, and light, my gorgeous Scorpioni. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.